elevate the pressure. Heart beats a little faster. It gets a little more intense, particularly if that team across the field is a conference foe. And that's exactly what we have in this showdown coming up. Welcome to Camp Randall Stadium, home to the Wisconsin Badgers. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Washington Huskies, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Wisconsin Badgers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Washington will kick off as this one gets started. Coming out with it, it's Rousseau. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Badgers offense will get the first swing of the game. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can... Energy, the players this week, they were on high. Like you could tell, they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
The Badgers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to a first down.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Davis looking to pass. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He's got him. He stopped at the 32-yard line, not enough for the first down. And the Badgers will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. So Washington's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just to get back out there again and build on that. He was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
They go to the ground. Breaks into the open. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. Right back to the well. Not this time. After finding running room on the previous play, nowhere to go this time around as the defense rises up. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Wants to go up top. They'll run the screen. He's in open space downfield. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Washington.
Now, when you run these screen plays, you're trying to get your playmaker the ball in space, and what a great job. They get it to the running back. But look at the blocks out in front. Everybody paving the way, creating some space, and then he's got so much speed, he can take care of the rest. Really, really nice screen pass.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Davis will throw. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
Well, the defense knew this was going to be the guy the offense was trying to get the football to, so it looks like they've got a plan for him. Nice job.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Pulls and fires complete to the right. And a little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
Get it out on the screen. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
The Badgers have it with a 1st and 10. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. This offense really needs to get something going. Punt on the opening drive, and now a 3rd and 10 coming up. Gonna look downfield again. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
That's a really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits him right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the receiver. That's a good play by the defensive back.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain. That purple wave getting things going on the ground now.
And such a great fan base in the Pacific Northwest. Washington fans believe in their team. They're loud, and I tell you what, when they got a ground game they can depend on, a physical ground game, it sets the table for everything they want to do offensively.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see them develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Makes the grab down the middle. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too, understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us.
He's got it. First down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Remember back when I played for the Florida Gators, if you had 3,000 yards passing in a season, you might be an All-American. I know times have changed, but with that last completion, this guy's already over the 3,000-yard milestone this year.
Handoff from the gun. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. First play of the period will be a second down. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
To the air on first down. Fires to the big fella. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Huskies, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Here's the handoff. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. He's got it still on his feet. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
Nice job by this offense converting the third down. Listen, third and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. Third downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That changes the sequence, doesn't it? Like, you think first and goal, maybe I can pound this several times, and now you get the loss. Now you got to rethink things a little bit. Do I want to throw the football now?
Touchdown, Huskies! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? You peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost it.
And he tacks on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Finds the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. A strike downfield. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in-run.
Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Fires to the big fella. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Badgers are rolling down the field. Quick completion to the right. Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, Badgers! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Last time they had it, they were backed up in their own end, marched right down the field and scored, and now they'll try to do that once again. Power football with the run. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Quickly to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the toe. Listen to this place. Oh, man, do they love their Badgers. 3rd down coming. They'll try to get it through the air. Makes the grab. And they react. Of the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his big tight end. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Harris. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
My goodness, this offense has got it rolling. They might put up a 50-burger. This defense, they don't have any answers right now. They're going to just figure something out.
Looking to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the...
There he goes! They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
The defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language. Got thrown.
Intercepted for the 11th time this season. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
Well, the defense does an awesome job here with their backs against the wall in their own red zone, coming away with an INT early. That could be a big game-changing type play in this game.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in Madison, and welcome in to the halftime update. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Camp Randall.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. So much for the idea of halftime settling down this crowd. They are ready to roll in the second half. Throws to the tight end. Finds a man on the right. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
Yeah, the defense is going to have their hands full. They're going to have to find a way to get this tight end doubled because in man coverage, he's just too much. Nobody right now is able to run with him. Big play there on the corner route. I think they're going to have to start giving him safety help.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. Listen to this place. Oh, man, do they love their Badgers. Third down coming. He might want another play. He's going to look for a man on third and short. He caught it. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1.
Well, this quarterback has found a really nice rhythm here on this drive. He just looks dialed in. He's doing a great job in the pre-snap, seeing the safety rotation, and that time saw the one-on-one matchup to take a shot, and he hit it. He's in a really, really nice groove right now.
Washington comes to the line with a first and goal. Quarterback looks for a little space. Sneaks it in.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Rousseau. And the returner will be dragged down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Grab near the marker. It's Rousseau. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
And they're going to sit back in zone. I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
Handoff to the single back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
He's got his man across the middle. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
Nice read and nice throw. And I know Wisconsin quarterbacks always get the unfair moniker that they're game managers, and it's because they've always been a great rushing offense. Just got to complete a couple throws and keep the offense on schedule. But when you think about the offenses where they've had a difference maker, a guy like Russell Wilson that were able to throw on first down, take shots, just make them so much more explosive, I think this guy has some of those traits too.
Bought a little time, lets it go. Tosses it incomplete.
Unfortunate with that incompletion, the quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Davis looking to pass. Going for it all. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone. The Badgers will punt this one away. He'll try to really get into this one. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. It didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Ready to stay ahead of the chains.
They'll try the run. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the...
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Good timing on the quick out. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
But on that outbreaking route, really it's designed for the receiver to make the catch before falling out of bounds. Nice timing and anticipation by the quarterback on that throw.
They'll try to get the first through the air. Quickly complete. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player. And make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Washington has a lot of things working, set up with another first down. They'll give it to the back. Oh, he's got some space. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Wants to throw on first down. Right on the money. He's trying to get it in. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. On first and goal, let's see what Washington does.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need...
Touchdown, Washington! And they take it in for 6 more points. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they built this sizable lead. The returner will field it and bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Offense scoops it up and still going.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. And they can't make the connection, and 3 quarters are in the books as we head to the 4th. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. And the Badgers decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute them.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Might be calling a hot route. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. That score might be the one to put them over the top and run this winning streak to 9.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. This Husky defense, David, it's like they've got Vita Vea and Steve Emtman up front, Joe Tryon as a backer, and Marcus Peters in the secondary. There's purple everywhere.
You're right, from front to back. Guys up front on the defensive line eating them up, doing a great job in the secondary at linebacker. Complete performance from this UW defense.
They make the stop, not a whole. They'll have work to do to get the first down. Davis will throw. Got his man downfield. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
And listen, you get zone coverage and you can hit that curl route and he comes open continually. Keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
The Badgers will have it first and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
They'll go to the counter. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensive.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Well, you look at Webster's dictionary and the term game wrecker, a picture of this guy is going to show up. He has been unstoppable in this football game. That's his second sack here today.
Hit as he throws. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They spun that. Fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. From the gun. Give on the inside. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after. Game.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The Huskies are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Looking to move the chains, Washington now on 4th down. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he showed you the arm talent on the throw.
Give to the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And there's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter, and they're still staying aggressive. They're still throwing the football, going out and executing, working on their craft. They've got bigger fish coming up down the road, bigger games. So you got to keep sharpening the tools, and that's what you're seeing here in the 4th quarter.
Third down play from the gun. Grabbed over the middle. It's Ogden. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. This time of year, when you're the higher-ranked team, you're getting everybody's best shot. And, guys, they answered the bell.
There are head coaches in this sport that say nameless, faceless opponents. You got to be able to show up. You got to be able to bring your best game to the park, regardless of who you're playing. A lot of eyes on this one, David, because of the rankings. But, man, they were easily the better team today.
Well, and I get that nameless, faceless, but when you play a ranked team, it gets your blood going a little bit. And you could tell they were ready to make a statement. Played a good squad. They made them look like they weren't a good squad, proving why they're ranked so high.
Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 6.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the 4th quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
And while this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. So they might try to score again. A first down run on the doorstep. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push